Got the call late. Buddy said the Specks are lighting up on live croaker at Windmill Light. Forecast looks solid, so I spent the evening rinsing down the skiff, loading up tackle, making sure everything's dialed in. Come first light, I'm headed downriver to link up with him at the island. We're chasing fish and whatever else the bait throws our way. No sitting back, just reading water, moving fast and staying in it. Should be a hell of a morning. They changed the forecast last night. We're looking at east to southeast this morning, 10 miles an hour or less. It's going to get nasty this afternoon, but there's still hope for the morning. My buddy on the island said it was flat as glass, come around the other side of the island, so we're about to get to it. We're going to round this bend up here, make a left, and then about a mile up we'll make a right. We'll make a right, we ought to get a pretty good feel for what she's going to look like. We got to the spot waiting on my buddy, and you can see the water still laid down, looks like a go. Made it past the island. Chop picked up coming across the shoal, but the skiff handled it, made for a smooth run out to the light. The water eased up just enough to give us a window, and for a while it looked like we might catch a break. But as soon as we reached the light, the wind kept pushing harder against us. Waves were building, a reminder to stay sharp and roll with whatever comes your way. Throwing live bait at the light, Mike didn't pick up much with all that wind. Gonna make a slow drift across the rocks, just waiting on the thump. Oh. Gonna send one more cast and let it ride through the rocks again. Come on, something smack this thing, make it worth the trip. God almighty. What? We said we'd give it this drift, maybe one more cast, and if nothing eats, we're calling it. No point in beating ourselves up out here if the fish ain't feeding. Sometimes the bait just don't want to give it up, and you gotta know when to pack it in. Our plan was to pack up before heading to the river, getting back to safety before the day got nastier. I was going to follow in his prop wash, hoping to knock down some of the chop and make the ride just a bit easier. It's all about working smart when the bait gets rough, using whatever edge you can to stay ahead of the weather. My boots are squishy.
Are they really?
Oh yeah, it's pretty damp. Get that bow up and let's get on back to the river. It's going to be a long ride. We got a VHF. Worst case happens is we sink and I catch a ride on his boat and I get yelled at by my daddy. I was hoping to fish until slack tide and then hopefully fill the cooler up and head on back in the river, but it ain't going that way, so we're getting out while the getting's good. Uh-oh. Being ready on the water isn't just about hoping for the best, it's about planning for the worst. Weather can turn in minutes, and let's be honest, the weatherman's usually wrong anyway. Just because it looks fine when you launch doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. I don't take chances. I keep a good life vest on board and I wear it, especially when I'm running. The kill cord's tied tight to my wrist. If I get tossed or lose my footing, I want that motor dying right then and right there. There's no second chances on that one. I always have a VHF radio. Cell service gets real spotty fast once you're out in the river or off the front of the bay. And when something goes wrong, shouting into a dead phone is not going to help you. The radio could be the difference between a long ride home and not making it back at all. Here's the thing. It may not matter for years. You could go trip after trip without needing any of it. But when the bait turns, and eventually it will really matter. That's when every little bit of preparation matters. The big one, don't panic. That's what gets people into trouble. The wind picks up, boat gets sideways, your nerves get the best of you. That's when bad decisions happen. Stay calm, think through it, and stick to what you practiced. Before I leave the dock, I check over everything. Weather, fuel, gear, boat, tide. It doesn't take much time, but it matters when the bay flips on you. Out there, there's no room for guessing. Stay sharp, be ready, respect the water, and it'll usually let you back in. After we made it back into the shelter of the river, out of the wind, away from the chop, and finally off the throttle, it felt like stepping back into something steady, familiar, safe. We spent a while dropping live baits, just trying to salvage the day. Nothing stuck, no bites, no action, just casting and hoping. More out of habit than expectation. But honestly, that's not what this video is about. Because fishing isn't all high-speed, low-drag hero shots and bent rods like you see online. It's not all slick edits and perfect weather and limits in the box. Some days are a bust, and then there's days like this one, where the wind's wrong, the water's stacked up, and you start wishing you left the boat on the trailer. But that's part of it. That's the deal you make when you chase fish. You show up, even when the odds don't care. And yeah, sometimes you take a beating, but you learn, you adapt, and you come back a little smarter next time. It's not always about the catch. Sometimes it's just about knowing when to call it and get home safe. And sometimes, that's the real win.